everyone. This is Neni here, and this is one more time live from California this time. And welcome. If you're watching this in the replay, my name is Neni Carolina Chacin, and I am a singer, a coach, a software engineer, and also a property investor. So thank you so much for joining me here live. Thank you, everybody here on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere on live. So I've been running these. Oh, hello, Francie, and I've been doing this series. Yes, I'm a software engineer and also a property investor, singer, jazz and gospel singer, and a coach for life and business strategies for your success. And one of the things that I've been doing lately is running a series of videos about lockdown, life after lockdown from Paris. As everybody knows, a lot of people know me, that I was actually living in Paris for the last 6 years, and because of many different things, but mostly after the pandemic, I got locked out and all my things stayed there. And I decided to move to California. And as a result, I went back as soon as France opened. I went back to pick up all my affairs, all my things, all my belongings, from clothes, all my different things, study, music, my instruments, everything, back to California to bring it back with me. And I've been logging in the videos explaining the emotions and how I've been handling, how I've been seeing life after lockdown in France, how I've been adapting to that life after lockdown over there, what really meant for me, what I've been going through, and what are the tools that I've been using to keep myself calm and collected after exposing myself to a life that was my life for 6 years, where I built friendships, relationships, business relationships, love relationships, lots of community with my musicians there, the artistic world, the business world, and my friends that I got to share some time with the last month and a half. So I spent a month and a half over there and I learned a lot of stuff. One of the things that I did to keep collected was, of course, to keep in touch with my coaches. I was still running the meetings with my clients, and I was also connecting with my coach lessons every week, as well as an additional coach that I added for yoga and spirituality and meditation, so that I can be focused, collected, and remain with strength to endure the separation. One of the lessons of this trip for me was the detachment lesson. So there were two different things that I observed. People were very, very excited to see each other because they had just been locked down for a long time. I went to France in the moment when all the different venues were opening for the first time. The open mic this is one of the longest open mics in Paris was happening. I was able to participate again. This is my favorite open mic, the open mic hosted by Thomas Brun. Brun. If you don't follow him on social media, please do follow his open mic in a little bar, a Scottish bar called the Highlander. And the Highlander was my house since the very first month I arrived in Paris 7 years ago. And every Wednesday I used to go for every single open mic, and I got to experience the first time the open mic opened. And you'll see some videos of me singing. We sang 3 songs with three of my favorite musicians, and we also had a violin player, and I'll share some of those videos on the YouTube later. But I had some friends that were able to film it for me, and it was so emotional. All the people that were there were so eager to connect, so eager to listen to live music. Everybody was listening to live music. I arrived there immediately connecting with 4 different concerts with my gospel choir. I'm a soloist for the gospel choir over there called Archange Gospel. If you don't follow them on social media, of course, please do Archange Gospel. And this is it was an amazing community that has been my friend, has been my supporters, and I felt so much affection. One of the shocks of the cultures between California and France was the the difference in affection. They had a lot of physical affection, a lot of love, a lot of support from all my friends. Barbara, the pianist, Sherzad, who hosted me, and also have been holding my things and all my belongings in their basements since the pandemic, since I left last January in 2020. So I've been in the US since 2020, back kind of locked up, but I decided to move to California where I'm building a new life. I'm building new connections, new friendships. Unfortunately, in 1 year, I haven't made a lot of new friendships in live because of the pandemic, because of the culture. I didn't know people here, and all my different ways of connecting with people here actually did not work the same way as they did in Paris. So I had to do other ways using social media to connect to other people. Those connections have turned into business collaborations, new friendships. Yes, you're in San Diego, all right, San Diego there. So yes, I'm in the South Bay right now, and I decided to try it here. You know, there's the weather that is very good. There's the beach, the I love swimming, so water and sun and warmth is very important for me. But this shock of seeing all my friends and seeing the community that I used to have, feeling that made me want to stay in Paris, made me want to keep that emotion next to me, made me want to um, experience that every single day like I was experiencing before. Also exposing myself to the beauty of the architecture of that city, as opposed to lines and I love the modern architecture of where I'm living, but I didn't realize how much I missed the beauty of the ornamentation and the art everywhere. The street art is everywhere, exploding. There were some new artists posting. There are always new artists posting street art and protests all over town, and you've probably seen some of the new pictures, those pictures on my social media. But that explosion of creativity, color, shapes, emotion, everything that's creative over there really connects with me. And that was really hard because I knew I had to leave. It was a moment of me of going there to say goodbye, a moment of detachment, a lesson about detachment. My yoga teacher and meditation coach, I guess, so let's call him. And he helped me identify certain things. And these things were about how these detachment, I could actually have it with me here. The memory and the feelings, I can bring it with me. I understood that these things that I'm feeling when I'm there, I can bring it with me. That all that is harnessed within me. That I have to detach, to say goodbye to something great, to welcome something greater. And that's one of the lessons that I learned. Detach to something that you think you chose. I chose to be there for a period of time, and I was completely settled there. I didn't want to come back. I had to come back for certain circumstances, and then a lot of things are happening here. I am now going to be the host for Jay Shetty Genius Coaching live meetups in California to grow that community. I'm looking forward so much to meet the new people that I'm going to meet. I grew that community in Paris since 2018, hosting once a month meetups for the live meetups that for Jay Shetty, as an ambassador for Jay Shetty and a leader and a coach, every single month from 2018 until December 2019. And then I moved here, and then I did some stuff from Boston. But also now going to be in California. I'm going to meet a new community, a new tribe that maybe is going to be fantastic. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm discovering some things now that I'm back, now that things are a little bit more open because it wasn't open when I left. My dancing community, I'll be connecting again. I used to dance. I'm a dancer. I dance professionally as well, Latin music, and I've been a jazz dance and hip hop dancer for many, many years. And so in Boston, I used to do it many times, but in Paris, I couldn't do it for 7 years. So that's something new that maybe I can do here, that is going to be open for just an activity for me to relax and enjoy. it's important to have activities that you can enjoy, that you can relax besides work, right? Like you can work, you can do your job. I'm a coach, I'm an engineer, I'm working with my clients, I'm doing all the things that I need to do to work and have a living, have a sustained living. Now that I don't have my property investment in Boston, here in LA, but I still need to have distraction, entertainment for myself. I've met a new community of people running silent events. The World of Sound Production, follow them if you haven't followed them too. We run events, silent events with live music, and also headset experiences with DJs and wellness experiences with yoga, meditation. And I'm part of that group as a business advisor, and I've been collaborating with them to host some events and working some of the events, helping out with the procedures, helping out with marketing and sales, and showing a little bit of doing some IT work for them as well. So that has been a nice community that I've connected with, that the only community I've connected with. So now with the Jay Shetty is going to be nice. But those the different things that I learned going to Paris was to connect with myself and realize all that all that emotion that I had inside, that I hadn't gotten any affection physical affection all this year since the lockdown, because I haven't been with close friends as much. I did have some visitors. Actually, the visitors that I've had in my house have been from Boston, other places that invited my friends to come over because I needed that affection. But still, I didn't have that connection as much as I have with the French friends over there that I created. It seems like in 6 years, I've created such a beautiful community there that I really missed that. And going over there was a little bit of feeding myself to be strong, to have enough. Hey, friend, Valor01, and thank you, and to connect with my friends over there, so that I can bring that emotion with me and keep it for some time until I can create the same affection here. I talked to my spiritual mentor on my taxiway to the airport as I was bringing three of my luggages, my huge luggages back. I already had sent two, imagine 5 different luggages full of things that I collected there. Not too bad for 6 years to be all packed up in 5 big luggages, right? But when I was talking to her, she was saying it's okay. Everybody needs affection. It's a human need, it's a human necessity to have affection, but are we depending on that affection to be happy? Are we depending on it? So, am I dependent on that affection to be okay? I stopped the close affection when I broke up with my relationship and my French boyfriend in 2018. That really ended in 2019 for sure. And I was very, very, very happy, very fulfilled. And I had a 5 years run in that relationship. And I realized that since then until now, I didn't really have as much affection as I thought I should have, and as much affection as I felt like I needed to be satisfied. That when I went to Paris, I felt completely fulfilled. That even though I wasn't with him over there, I had this I wasn't missing my relationship. I was missing my girlfriends. I was missing my friends, the touch of all my community. We used to dance together, sing together, touch, embrace, and be close. Physical closeness was important for me. I guess part of my Latin heritage. I suppose I want to be very affectionate. Another thing that I learned was that don't wait until I'm sometimes trying to assess if somebody is okay with affection to actually go to them to affection to give affection. And I had a question, one of my friends here, new friends here, um, and that person is very affectionate. And I said, well, what do you do? Like, you're very affectionate, how do you handle, people here are not so affectionate. And And the answer was, well, I just go. And the first time I'm not so affectionate, but the second time I just go for it, a hug, a big kiss, whatever. So I think, don't be afraid if I see you in the street and I've seen you once and then I go and jump on you and hug you to pieces. So it's really interesting. I'm going to try something new and just show my affection, give my affection as I need affection. I'm very, I guess I am very touchy feely person. So I do want to be close to people. And of course, within respect and within everything. But I think it's needed to show affection for other people is needed in this world. And now that we've been locked down for so long, now it's time to express express all that we have to express, right? One thing that did happen when I was there, I went to a hip hop festival. So it's a rap and hip hop festival. It was going on for some time. Some musician friend gave us backstage tickets to a rapping festival in the biggest, largest venue, um, the yeah, the largest venue, closed venue in Paris, and s'appelle something musical. I can't remember right now. But this particular location, it was thousands and thousands of people. They wouldn't let anybody inside unless you had a COVID negative test or a vaccination. So we were all good, and we all went inside. And the thing about it is that it was the first festival, so people wanted to connect and be together. They were thousands of people in a circle. They would say, okay, separate a little bit, create a hole in the middle, and then go and jump all together and jump and touch each other. It was insane. uh, I just couldn't believe how much people were just missing. They just wanted to connect and touch each other. I actually have a video that I'll show in a reel later, just so you can see how crazy that was. But it was absolutely amazing. Another situation that happened over there is that I didn't see the street artists. I didn't see the musicians, the buskers, so much in the street, so much in the metro. There were not so many over there, so I really missed the music. And whenever I heard something, somebody was playing, or somebody there's a Jewish band that always plays in one particular metro. Then they were playing again. So they were in a different line, in a different corridor, because of course the people are directed different ways now because there are not so many people working. So there's less people in the metro. Actually, it's much better, Paris. They have a little bit of zoning so you can stand a little bit distance instead of all everybody like just going in a group and collecting themselves to push themselves into the door like they usually do. It was more orderly, and people were keeping the distance because they're afraid a little bit. But everything was a little bit different. It shifted all the different corridors. So these musicians were in a different place, and I was happy to see them again playing all this Jewish music and singing and with all the instruments. It's maybe like a 10-piece band or a 9-piece band. It's always there every single day playing live. And so that was very interesting to feel that vibration of the voice and the music live with no amplification. My gospel concerts, where you saw some of the lives that I posted, they were absolutely out of this world. The people that were listening did not want to leave. They literally wanted to stay until we left. No, normally it doesn't happen. People, if we're performing outdoors, people come in, they leave. But no, they were asking for more. They were really eager and desperate for live music. So that was really a privilege. We were so emotional. We were crying. We are in the street. There was one video I think I showed in live social media that we were in complete darkness. I think they actually shut off the light inside the tunnel so that we wouldn't sing. Outside in the platform in the by the Seine, all the outside was lit, but they shut us off the light inside the tunnel. So we were singing in the tunnel in the darkness, and you can see the Eiffel Tower blinking on one side, the other on the other side, the other buildings lit up because it is a city of light because all the buildings are lit up. They have lights in the in the old buildings to showcase the beauty of it. And it just, because they're all white, then it just looks beautiful at night. So we sang at night, and after we finished singing, we actually, I couldn't record that because it just happened spontaneously, but we were in the tunnel and we decided to embrace. We went in a circle and we were all wrapped in our, with our necks and our arms locked up, and we started singing this beautiful song um, that our director had taught us during the pandemic on Zoom, because I still rehearse with them every Thursday, called "I Almost Let Go," um, and it's about, we're almost let go, but we felt like I couldn't take it anymore. But actually, something kept you going, and you pushed through, and now you're continuing life. And we sang that with all our heart, all our might, and it was just unbelievable. So I'm here today because God kept me, is the words of the chorus. I'm alive today only because of your grace. Yes, He kept me. And it's a very important message during this pandemic. After the lockdown, we got through it. We got through it. We're out of it. I know that some conditions are very different in some places, and they may are doing some more restrictions. But the main issue, or we already passed through. We passed through it together. Even if I was online with them, with my friends in the choir, we actually went through together. We would host aperos online. They were my friends and my connection. Most of my friends that I stayed connected to during the lockdown was online. I connected since I left Paris with my genius community in Paris, from the Jay Shetty coaching genius community. Every weekend we were holding each other, uh, keeping up to date, whole everything that was going on, all the different challenges that I faced last year until I moved to California. And then after I moved to California, all my online friends from the JT Fox network, the business entrepreneurs, amazing collaborations, and the friendships that deeper friendships that I made with them all this time until now. We've been on meetings every Tuesday at 4 a.m. for me, every Thursday at 5 a.m., and every Friday for 2 hours from 5 to 7 a.m. coaching with our coach JT, and Jay Shetty on Sundays, every Sunday at 10 a.m. And now I'm going to the botanical garden to get his coaching for the meditation and the lesson. And it's just been absolutely amazing. It's been a lot of inner work, a lot of detachment when going to Paris, and then now discovering. Um, I was reading my morning affirmations and my nightly routines, my nightly affirmation, nightly things that I read, that I speak for myself. I speak to myself. And one of them, 3 years ago, I said, have more yoga and more yoga and more yoga and meditation daily. And it's done. um, and I found this coach here that is absolutely amazing. So now I'm on it, maybe 2 times a week, and I'm really happy to incorporate that. And I use that because because of the breathing. It helps me center, helps me keep to myself, helps me go back to my self love, helps me go back to my own health. I did that when I was in Paris to keep me centered, and it really helped me a lot. I thank you so much, Nick Ventura. You can say nventura09 on Instagram to follow him. He's doing amazing things, and he's the best yoga teacher I've ever encountered. And he is incredible with meditation incorporated with yoga and Reiki and energetic work and sound bath, everything together. He really mixes everything, and that's his unique selling proposition. And so follow him. And I've gifted it actually for some friends as a gift, because I want whatever is good to me. If I grow, you grow. Whatever is good for me is good for you, like my coach JT Fox says. And whatever is working for me that I love, I want to share it. So that's why I do this live, so that whenever I grow, you grow. Whenever I learn something, I want to share it so that you guys can learn too. Whatever I find a class or a coach that I like, I share it, Jay Shetty, JT Fox, Polly, Francie, and Nick. They're all absolutely amazing, my coaches in life. And of course, Juliet Russell, my voice coach from the UK, and Stevie Mackey, also, of course, he's here in LA. I have so many coaches that I've used the past year that it's been absolutely incredible to keep me going, to keep me growing, to keep improving myself, to keep working on myself inside and out. Um, One of the things that I wanted to share is I did, well, let me see, how long have we been? It's been, yeah, maybe I'll do it five more minutes. I don't want to go longer than 30 minutes because it becomes too long. But in closing, I want to say that the lessons of detachment in Paris were really, really hard for me. I had to, first, it was a re encounter of myself with all my belongings that meant so much to me. Like you see that picture over there in Instagram, right there. This picture, it's a photograph of the 14th of July in 2014. I was there in 2015. I was there at that event right there, and I met um, a cafe owner who is a photographer. She owns a gallery and a cafe in the center near Notre Dame, and she sells these amazing pictures. And this picture is so beautiful. I wanted to buy it, and I bought that. And I was there the in July 15th with my ex-boyfriend, watching that show of fireworks from the Eiffel Tower is just magic. And I got reunited with all my things, my instruments, my things that I used to color, my clothes, my old clothes, my favorite jacket that I have from Boston from a long time, long, long, long time. So all these things were so emotional. First, I was full of tears, just crying and touching my things, my kitchen, all the stuff that I brought from my kitchen, the knives and forks and the softness of the metal that I used to eat with, the cups, and all that, even the food, and experiencing the beauty of how every single pastry shop, every single shop had beauty in the way they displayed the food, the way they presented. Everything was small and tiny and delicate, and all those delicate things made me full of emotions, full of beauty. I can still feel it, remember it, smell it, and see it, and touch it with my in my memory. And that was a shock for me, and knowing that I was there to pick up and goodbye at the same time. I had so much time without having that experience, and then leaving it, knowing it was a little bit painful, but then I just switched to just enjoy it every single day. I went to Giverny Gardens, and it's my favorite garden ever. I've been there many times. I think this the third time I go there. I love the flowers. As you guys know, I have another brand called Neni's Flower, and where I post flower pictures, and it's absolutely amazing. I captured a lot of beautiful flowers. I'll be posting some of that content. I have so much content to share with you after that trip. I'll share with you soon. And I posted all those. I have all these beautiful, beautiful memories of the Giverny Gardens with my Jay Shetty Genius Coaching community. We stayed in touch, and we promised that when I was gonna go there, I was gonna go to the Giverny Garden with them, and I did. We did. We had an amazing bond and time. I spent a lot of time with my friends, with my choir friends, as much as I could, and with my genius people the most. My Archange gospel community, my genius people, I love you to pieces. And you kept me going. You give me strength. Community gives you strength. Coach gives you the power and the knowledge to go push forward. So this is all that stuff so the encounter with all these beautiful, amazing things, emotional, physical things, material things, that some of them I had to let go, give away. Some I had to trash, and pack in 5 luggages, 4 luggages. One was already packed with my clothes, and then come back. And now facing the other shock, coming back and then facing the American culture again, and understanding what is it that I have to learn from this, what is it that I have to detach from Paris, that I don't need to be depending on that to be fulfilled, to be happy, to be loved, to be everything that I am capable of being. That this is a new life that I decided to live. And you decided to move here to the South Bay. I realized that being in Paris, I like the expansion and the largeness of the city. So I will be going more to LA. I will be going to LA more. I will be I will be interacting with the city, the large city, more than I thought, and I'm going to expand, and and there are some things that I want to do, and looking forward to meeting the new Jay Shetty community here in August in Anaheim, and also here in El Segundo. So when I host the different events here in California. So I'm looking forward to a change, looking forward to the new things. Also creating and visualizing what that spirit tribe looks like here, as I'm reminded about it by one of my coaches. So thank you to all my coaches. Thank you that keep me through it. My collaborators, Maria and Eva, my new JT Fox network collaborators and partners, business partners. I love you all. You guys really held my hand, and also the friends here in California who took care of my beautiful plants. As you know, I love gardening. I love flowers, and I have like 74 plants. So they took care of my plants, and Bertie also, Roberta, she was a support for me, and she took care of my indoor plants, and my neighbor took care of my outdoor plants, and they survived. Just a few didn't make it, but a lot of them made it better. So when I came back, they welcomed me with lots of beautiful flowers. So I'm happy. The weakest are the ones that die, the weakest, and then the ones that are not supposed to be there are the ones that are gone. So I guess it's a lesson in life. Whatever's not there in your life right now is what doesn't need to be there. Whatever is there is what needs to be there. So it's about loving what is, like Byron Katie says. And I accept life, I accept love, I have sheltered myself with as little negative people as I can. I was very strategic in the people that I was going to see in Paris, to see them specific people, and be surrounded by the people that I felt that were the most positive. And same thing here. As I come back, I realize some of the things that I need to put in place to protect that environment and continue building a positive environment, a positive, kind environment around me, that is conducive to the things that I love, wellness and health and prosperity and abundance and positivity and mindedness and entrepreneurship and expansion. So, and peace. So if any of you is interested in knowing more, please feel free to send me a message, to talk to me anytime you want. Send me a message, book a session with me if you want to know more about my coaching, life and business strategy for success, and automate and optimize your life. If you want to optimize and automate your life, please hit me in my Calendly. Look in my link in bio. Check out, if you're local to South Bay, check out the Hermosa Harmony Festival happening on August 21st here by the pier in Hermosa Beach. We're going to have lots of beautiful live music, ecstatic dance, wellness stage, and DJ Neon Beach, with Jake, my collaborator that I'm composed a song with. Remember, And yeah, so there's lots of things happening. Music is going to be exploding, and coaching and business. So if you want to know more, just hit me with a message, send schedule time with me. Check out my programs and my link in bio, and Instagram, Neni Chacin, in my link in bio. Go to automateyoursuccesscoaching.com to know more about my business and my coaching programs and my coaching career. So I hope that that gave you a little bit of an overview of the things that have been going on for the last month and a half that I have been in and out. I didn't talk about the south of France, but I'll tell you about that in another live, because that in itself was an experience. So, and some more news about that too. So I love you all. Hit me with messages, follow me on social media, stay tuned for the next live, and check out my Life After Lockdown series on Instagram and my IGTV, and see what's up there. So with that, I'm gonna end this stream.